Hi my friends, how are we all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of F1's Manager and our Aston Martin career mode. It's time for the Austrian Grand Prix today, but if you missed the last one, which I can't remember what it was, it is linked above, my friends. I'm going to throw it out there now. It was massively uneventful because yours truly forgot to sort the cars out. Yes, we went into the race with gearboxes that were shot to shit, so we've got a bit to do before we crack on today's episode. So let's just take a quick look at all of this stuff. So like gearbox condition on both cars, we're going to touch upon that in a moment. And yeah, very difficult race, very disappointing at Silverstone, and I have to put my hands up and take the blame for what happened. And I'm going to sort the cars out basically before we do anything else today. So we are going to go over to this department and I'm going to take a look at what we've got going on at the minute. A bit of me wants to go into this next race with a fresh engine and a fresh gearbox, because this engine's at 46, this one's at 53. Yeah, we are not very far into this season already. We've kind of got engines and whatnot that are almost at the end of their shelf life. So yeah, I'm a bit worried about that, to be honest. I think maybe we're going to have to stick with the engines, but the gearbox we're definitely going to have to change out. As we can see, this gearbox is at 40%. This one is gone, absolutely gone. I'm assuming when it gets to this point is when we are able to build new parts. We surely wouldn't have to get it to 0, would we? But we're going to throw a fresh gearbox in on car 1 and car 2 for this race. I think the engines are going to maybe have to... They're going to have to at least get through practice with these engines, I think, and then see where we're at. ERS systems we put on last time out. So, yeah, we've kind of like the other ERS system, not quite at death's door, but it was pretty close. As far as car development's concerned, you're going to see we've got some research that's going to be done in 7 days. We've got our side pods that are going to be done in about 19 days. They're not going to be on for this race or the next race, I don't believe. So we're kind of having to just truck along as we are. Now, I'm scouting Albon at the moment. I'm going to just take a look at potentially how that scouting's going. Where is he? Albon. No, you have to literally wait until all the scouting is basically done. I'm thinking of replacing Stroll with Alexander Albon. That's what I'm considering on doing. He was pretty impressive in that last race. So yeah, we're just going to move on forward now. I'm literally going to leave this bargain basement stuff this race weekend because I don't really expect much from the cars. New gearboxes on, pretty much brand new ERS systems because we had fitted them for last race. Just the engines. We're going to see how they get through qualifying and potentially, practice and potentially qualifying. And then we will kind of judge where they're at going into the race.
The battle is surely going to rage this weekend. Welcome to the Green Hills of Austria. The Red Bull Ring hosted its first Grand Prix in 2014, and it's been spectacular ever since. The Red Bull Ring is one hungry beast of a power track. Drivers face a steep climb up to turn 3 and a fast ride downhill through wide corners and straights thereafter. There's plenty of opportunity to overtake here, especially with the help of 3 DRS zones. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder what else is in store for the teams. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's get this underway.
So we move on into practice, and yeah, this is race 11, so that is exactly halfway through the season, as he kind of has just touched upon. I think it's crazy that during this whole season, our whole first season, we've had one bit of wet action, and we could do with a few more wet qualifyings, couldn't we, considering how well the last one went. But practice, here we go. I'm going to do this and I'll be right back. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, gang. I don't know what sort of package Williams have brought to this race, but Albon was 2 places ahead of both Vettel and Stroll in practice. Now, I don't know if that's going to be something to do with the engine or not. I'm going to have a look, I think, going into qualifying, because the setup looks pretty good, the car knowledge looks pretty good. But there was Zhou and Albon who were so much quicker than both of my cars. So basically, I had to bite the bullet and put new engines in. I'm going to be worried. I've used pretty much two of the 3 engines we get. They were down to 40%, and I think we had very little power in practice, and that was one of the big worries, basically, and one of the big reasons why we were potentially so shocking. I'm going to get both cars out on track like pretty quickly. But yeah, our setup seems pretty good for this race weekend, to be honest with you. I feel like I've nailed it, but it's not really the case. I don't really know what to make of it. I really don't. We're going to have to see what qualifying's like. We're a back marker. I've accepted this, especially after my terrible mistake last time around. But yeah, we've still got 11 races this season to get through, and we've used 2 gearboxes, 2 ERS units, and we're on to our 3rd engine already. I don't know if that's how we're driving this vehicle or whatever, but yeah, can we research that stuff? I know we can change engine supplier. I'm not sure who our supplier is this season. But it's something we're going to have to look at, I think. I really, really do. But I'm hoping Lance Stroll here can basically get round this final corner without the traffic hitting him, which I think he is going to do. And we're going to join him for his flying lap. And let's see what he can crack on and do in this race. Did he just back off? That felt like he backed off. I don't know if it's just me who thought that. Heading to garage. Why is he heading to garage? Oh, he's already... Did he already set his... Oh, he already set his lap. I had just sped that through. I was just assuming, oh yeah, this is cool. They both already set their lap. I was literally paying 0 attention then, wasn't I? Because I had it on to a ×2 speed. Do you know what? We're only 700ths off Gasly. That's pretty impressive. Okay, fair enough. I'm an idiot. Let's just crack on. If we send them out for another lap, I'll be sure to cover that lap. What a prat. They obviously went round that first lap so quickly, and I didn't expect it. I was obviously chatting away and just, didn't expect it to be done that quick. So we will just bang a new pair of softs on, ready to go in case we need to go again. So to be honest with you, I'm going to play this by ear, and if I don't think we stand a chance, I'm not going to send them out again. I'm going to save the engine units and that. I'm just going to do the one flying lap and just go from there, I think, gang. I think that's going to be the best way to kind of do it. I really need to kind of look after this car a bit more going forward, because I'm absolutely smashing it at the moment. And as you can see, we are faster than the Williams, but that's about it. That we are faster than. Everything else is a lot quicker than us, and that's kind of the way the cookie's been crumbling. Albon's the one to watch because he's been quick. He's been quick in practice, and we've now got to see what his lap is, and it's faster than Stroll's. There you go. That just tells you everything you need to know about Lance Stroll at the moment. I'm going to send Stroll out. He needs to pump in a much faster lap than he did first time around. So going to get him around the racetrack, and then we're potentially going to jump in the cockpit and watch. Vettel is currently P13 in this qualifying, which is pretty ridiculous, isn't it? P14 now, okay. Other cars are setting times. He's down to P16. Yeah, okay, that's kind of where we expect him to be, isn't it? Lance Stroll is a good half of the way round his lap, to be fair. Not sure if we are going to send Vettel out. 16th, and can he improve? He probably could potentially improve to be a bit better than Tsunoda, and I'm going to send him out now. Oh no, I've probably sent him out just at the wrong bloody time, haven't I? If I'd have waited a little bit, they would have all been coming out, and I guarantee they'll all be coming out when he's on his hot lap. But let's see if Lance Stroll can improve, and no, he can't. No, he cannot. So Lance Stroll will be P19. Very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. I don't know what to make of Lance Stroll. I really don't. Yeah, they're all going to be piling out just as Vettel comes around to do his hot lap. I can guarantee it. Please, 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 Vettel. Come on, please. Please, please. Yes, yes. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Vettel's managed to potentially get on this lap just before everybody else is piling out. Zhou is obviously in the danger zone at the moment, but Vettel does need to go a lot quicker. Invalid configuration? I'm not sure what that's all about. Come on, Vettel, what are we going to pump in? What are we going to do? As you can see, everybody else is piling out onto the racetrack now. It's a good green first sector. And I don't think Vettel did enough. No, he didn't. He improved, but not enough. He didn't improve enough. Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. It's same old, basically. So let's just speed on through qualifying and get to the race.
It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Aston Martin were on target for qualifying. Now it's up to them to defy expectations for the race itself. McLaren did a decent job during qualifying. This is a solid grid position, and it certainly has the potential to lead to good race results. And the race will be taking place under blue skies. That means the teams should be able to apply their strategies without any added complications.
And this is the moment where it all comes together. So prepare for another thrilling race here at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Right, gang, so it's time for the race. I think we're going to kind of set things up and see what we can do, basically. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little worried about this one. Just based on that flying lap that Williams have just pumped in. Unbelievable. I think I'm just going to go medium hard. It's a 71 lap race. It's a pretty quick lap time. So, yeah, I think we're going to go both cars on the same strat again. Actually, I'm going to go hard medium with Stroll. He's a lot slower than Vettel at the moment and hasn't really been pulling his weight. So, I'm going to do that with him. I'm a bit sick of Stroll, to be honest. I'm a bit sick of what he's kind of giving us at the moment. And as you can see, the confidence in the car setup is a lot better for Vettel. But it's time for the race. Don't expect too much from the team.
It's bright and sunny as the drivers line up on the grid. And there's Sebastian Vettel. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. There's Lance Stroll, down the grid. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. And we're just moments away now. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix.
Here we go. Let's see what we can do, shall we?
It's lights out, and away we
I don't know
go.
how to feel about this one. Vettel got a very good start. A really good start. And he's going to try and settle in front of that Williams. And I think he's going to do it. I think he is going to do it. He's going to pull away ever so slightly and just settle in front. So everybody, a lot of people have started on the hard, so it's a surprise maybe to see Vettel starting on that medium tyre. He looks like he's going to potentially get ahead of Zhou as well. And that's very good from Sebi Vets. And he's going for it again. He's not hanging about, is he, at the beginning of this race? He really isn't. And that's good work from Vettel to get up to P13 so early on in the race.
Good job, that's going to help you.
Just settle those in.
Aston Martin are
Stroll
moving
gained a
up the
couple of
field.
positions as well. He's up to P16. That's really good to see. So I'm just going to keep it on the tyre wear at the beginning. I just want to see what other cars' tyres are like early on in this race, because they've got to go a long way. I just sort of want to keep an eye on that. And we do go off ever so slightly quicker, but I think a lot of that is just because I start quite heavy on the tyre. There's 3 DRS zones on this track.
Oh, there's a spin!
Ricardo spun it. He's right at the back of the grid though. Probably as a result of that spin. He's not having a good time of it, is he, in that Aston Martin, to be fair. The DRS is enabled. This is where I think it's probably going to tighten the pack up, to be honest with you. Oh, it's been disabled. There's a safety car.
Safety car.
Oh.
Make sure the delta's
Okay.
positive. Yeah.
It's way too early to be changing the tyres. It really is. I'm gonna.
Car in the wall.
We'll conserve the tyres. I did wonder why those 2 cars behind were swerving about on the racetrack, and a lot of it is obviously because of a crash. So is the driver out who is in the crash? Yeah, Sainz, he's gone.
Drop back a bit.
So yeah, we're going to look after the tyres. So these might go a little longer as a result of this. I don't really want to put this on a too quick a speed, because I don't know how long this safety car is going to last, and I want to be ready to kind of go how I want to go with the tyres and whatnot, and burning off the fuel and all that good stuff, you know. Must have been a pretty solid shunt. I know we probably had the ability to look at it, and I just totally forgot because I was too busy concentrating on making sure the team does all the right stuff. They're going to bunch us up. We're going to pull Norris in. Look at Verstappen down in 10th place. He must have taken a grid penalty for something this race weekend, surely. But yeah, this is interesting. Is this going to play into our hands? When will the safety car be coming in? That's what we need to know as well. I reckon it's going to go round one more time. Yeah, we'll just speed this up a little. It'll probably tell us, you know, probably penultimate corner or second to last. And then we will see. Yeah, let's just take that speed down again. Right, safety car is coming in this lap. So I'm going to push on the fuel.
You can stop lifting coast.
And
Okay.
we are going to get ready to go racing on the tyre as well. So
Pick up the
let's
pace a bit.
see what happens, shall we? Here we go. Here we go. We are very bunched up. Very bunched up. I think Stroll might have gained a position, as did Vettel. He's up to 12th. Really good start. Really good start from Vettel. Lovely stuff. That's what I want to see from the drivers. Restart under those safety car conditions, and they both started very, very well. And, you know, we can have a go on these tyres a little. We conserved them to some degree, didn't we? He's on 94%. Is Stroll. So he's actually good. Stroll's a lot closer to everybody. He's on the hard tyre though. So that medium tyre obviously does go off a bit quicker than the hard. We do need to keep an eye on everybody else that's on the hard tyre and whereabouts they are. Yeah, we are going racing. And Vettel up to 12th is makes for some good reading right now, doesn't it? But he's got to make some inroads in this race, especially those that are pretty close by on that hard tyre. DRS is going to be active.
DRS will be active.
So yeah, I am going to just settle Stroll in to the race now.
Yeah, take it easy.
And yeah, we've just it's just the fuel we've got to manage. We've got lots to burn off, so we're going to do that by pushing. Maybe should have dumped some of it during the safety car as well. So we didn't have to push the engine so hard for so long. That will be one of the reasons why we have engine problems so quickly with the team. But it's all a learning curve.
And a new position.
Very new to this.
Just gained
Albon's
by
managed to
Williams.
overtake Stroll. Well, it's just Stroll has done nothing but go backwards for a long time now. Stroll's been overtaken twice. It's so annoying. Vettel has been overtaken as well, to be fair.
A position gained for Alfa
By
Romeo.
Zhou. But I think the difference is that like Vettel can kind of compete and he kind of keeps up with the cars that are in and around him, whereas
And there's an overtake
Stroll
from
doesn't. He
Williams.
just doesn't. He just gets bullied by the cars on the track. Anyway, we can probably go back to the intervals so we can keep an eye on that sort of thing now. But yeah, there's going to be a bit of a deal there
Looks
between
like that was a position
Zhou
gained
Vettel and
for Alfa Romeo.
Science. They're probably going to have a bit of a race on their self, and I think the same can probably be said with Mick Schumacher and Stroll. Albon's pulling away. They've done something to that Williams. They've definitely done something to that Williams going into this race weekend.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Yeah, Vettel's running quite well. He is going to be aiming to make it to about lap 30, so a long way to go on that tyre.
Aston Martin with a
Yeah, a long
great
way to
play
go.
there. They've moved up a place.
Here's the thing, can Vettel pull away from Zhou? With the 3 DRS zones, I just think it's impossible for him to do so.
Someone's run
Let's see if
wide.
he's running wide. Albon's gone backwards. Very strange. All of a sudden, he's just slipped down the field. He was running quite nicely,
Alfa
but now
Romeo
he's not.
Just moved up a place.
And Vettel just running along quite nice in P13/P12 in this race at the moment. Yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing all right. But it could be better, couldn't it? In my opinion, but hey. That's that, you know. That's that. It's one of those things. But yeah, we just got to make it to the first pit window, really. Zhou pulled out a bit of a gap there to Vettel, which was a surprise. I think Zhou's on the hard tyre as well. No, he's on the medium. No wonder it's so even between them. He's on that medium tyre. K-Mag and Schumacher, we really need to finish outside the points in this one today, if possible. Whether or not it will actually happen. He has got to go a long way as Stroll. Stroll's going to lap 45-ish, so he's got to go a long way on that tyre yet.
Oh, did someone
Tsunoda run
there?
wide. That will only help us, won't it? Because he'll lose a bit of time there.
And McLaren with
Ricardo
a great overtake.
overtakes Stroll. So Ricardo's slowly fighting his way back up the field. But yeah, not really too much to make of this race. Vettel and Zhou just having their own little tit for tat, aren't they? At the moment, they
Haas
really
with
are.
an overtake there.
Schumacher's overtaken Stroll now. Stroll's going backwards. Absolutely going backwards he is. If Albon overtakes him, then I'd just give up with Stroll. I really do. He's just not had a good time of it lately. He really hasn't. It's clearly a high-speed circuit, though, this one. And You know, the faster your car is, the better it's gonna deal with this circuit at the end of the day, isn't it? Vettel's going to get ahead of Zhou, but that will literally last about half a lap, and then Zhou will be back in front because of the DRS zones. Yeah, Albon's overtaken Stroll and is pulling away from him, and I don't know. I don't know what to make of Stroll anymore. I really don't. I'm going to just deploy a bit of ERS. And see if that can just keep us ahead of Zhou. I don't think it did. No, I don't think it did. They're kind of dragging each other along though, and that's kind of a good thing. That's kind of helping us out at the moment.
A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, we're going to be entering that pit window soon. So yeah,
And a new position just gained by Williams.
yeah, I was just having a look at that engine because we're having to run it at quite a high level. But yeah, we still want to keep going before we pit. I might though just attack the tyres a bit more because we probably can do it for a couple of laps.
I think we've had a car
Gasly runs wide. Where is Gasly? He's up in 8th place though. Yeah, let's push the tyres a bit for a lap or two. I think we can. I think we're alright to do so. And that might just help us a little bit with this Zhou situation.
Looks like Aston Martin
Stroll's overtaken Albon.
position.
Vettel. Yeah, I'm probably going to be pitting you next lap.
Is that a lockup?
Zhou's just come in this lap, so yeah, we will come in the next lap. What were we on? The medium, so we're going on to the hard tyre. Right, fair enough. You've got to make the most of it now, Vettel. You've really got to go for it in this lap, mate. For the overcut. Let's see what sort of work he can do. What sort of time he can make up by absolutely getting every little fibre of pace out of this car. It's not quite been a thing, has it, recently?
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Right, here we go. He's into the pits. I don't think he is going to do it. I think Zhou's going to come out ahead of him. He's down to 17th. I'm assuming other people still need to pit. Yeah, a lot of people. But we come out in front of Zhou. That is brilliant. That lap that he obviously just put in then was excellent.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved
really
up a
good,
place.
really good from Vettel. It's really kind of helped his case a bit there as this race is going to go on. Zhou, I'm assuming, is onto the hard tyre himself. Yes, he is. So now everybody on track is on that hard tyre. And for us, it's about taking these tyres all the way to the end now. So yeah, we're going to have a bit of a mini fight, I guess, with Zhou on and off.
Who's running wide there?
Yeah. Why would it do that? I don't know. Vettel. I think Zhou might have just run wide. Because all of a sudden we've left Zhou behind. All of a sudden he's gone, mate. Ta-ta. See you later. So yeah, he must have run wide or something. Which is a bit mad. Yeah, we're going to just set all these tyres in, and we will use what's in the tyres later on in the race, I think. But
Haas with an overtake.
we are just going to mooch this forward. Yeah. We're basically, where Vettel's concerned, we're waiting for other people now to pit, and they're all going to pit around about lap 40, between 40 and 45. I think what I'm going to do is around about lap 43, I'm going to hammer it with Vettel. Like, I'm literally going to go for it, and I'm going to just try and get as much as I can out of the car, and the tyres and whatnot. And just see if we can pump in a couple of fast laps around about the time that they're all pit stopping, and seeing if we can just like jump them a bit. Basically, what I'm going to try and do. Pulling out a lovely gap to Zhou now. We are kind of burning off our fuel a bit, so the pit window is now open for Lance Stroll. So I think I am going to wait maybe a lap or two, and then I'm just going to go for it. The minute I start seeing people potentially look like they're going to pit, that's when I might just go for it, you know, where he is concerned. I'm just going to balance this out a bit, but I'm going to go a bit more aggressive on those tyres for a couple of laps, basically. And just see if...
like
crash involving multiple cars.
We can take a look now. Now look at this. Daniel Ricciardo involved here.
3 wide. And that doesn't look too good, does it? And is that going to be a yellow flag? Are they both out? No, they've gone into the pits by the looks of things. Fair enough. Yeah, during this pit window, I'm just going to go a bit faster with Vettel and see if
Sonoda is pitting this lap.
See if that can help us a bit.
Doing a good job, keep pushing.
But yeah, Stroll's doing alright. He's going to come in next lap, he's Lance Stroll. So...
we've just had a car run wide.
Norris is run wide. So there we go. We're going to get Albon and Schumacher. So we're going on to the medium, aren't we, with Lance Stroll now? Because he's done a revert. He's done it back to front, basically. So we are going to tell him to basically attack the same way we did with Vettel, and see if he can pump in a really strong lap
push
on the way in, and yeah, go from there, basically. So yeah, we are pushing very hard with Vettel, to be fair, considering he's on this hard tyre and he's got to make it last. But I'm just kind of doing it during this pit window. Oh, Vettel. What a... I give up. I give up at the moment. I really do. Like, what can I do? What can I do in this situation? I'm pushing him, I'm trying to get the best out of it, and then he goes and lets me down like that. Like, just so dumb. I literally have no luck at the moment. He's now down in 16th. And none of this has helped. Like, literally, nothing I was doing has helped. He's 16th now, and that's his race. There was a potential there. I genuinely think there was a potential for maybe a P13. But he's completely fucked that now. He's ruined any chance he had with that spin. Come on, Stroll. Where are you? Where are you, Stroll? Where are you coming out? 16th. Yeah, he didn't quite have it. Didn't quite have it in him, Stroll. Unfortunately, to kind of get the job done that I needed him to get done.
Yeah, take it easy. Yeah.
He's come out in front of Vettel because of Vettel's literally throwing the race away from us now. K-Mag's in the points, brilliant. That's just what we need as well. Oh well, I give up now. I'm just going to speed through this. That's ruined it for me. Never make mistakes. And then the one race where I really felt like it was a bit of an opportunity, a bit of a door opening for us, and yeah, he goes and cocks it up and throws it away, basically. He'll go backwards now because Ricciardo will catch him. We can guarantee it. That'll be that for Vettel. That's his race over. Really, we should concentrate more on Stroll now and see if Stroll can make something happen in the race. Albon's running in 14th. Has he made a pit stop yet? Yeah, he has.
McLaren,
Wow,
gain
that's
the position.
incredible. That is incredible that Albon is running there. It really is. I'm annoyed. I'm so annoyed at this race. I'm annoyed at that mistake from Vettel because that's essentially cost us any chance we had of an advantage in the race. Oh, it's tough at the back. It's tough at the back. Really is. Look how slow Vettel is. Oh well, let's just push this on. Let's get this race over with because, yeah, not in the mood. Not in the mood. Vettel's struggling to finish 17th at the moment. That's the thing. He's struggling to finish there, and we're 5 seconds. Like that Williams has pulled away from Stroll.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Yeah, this is like the most frustrating race so far. I do generally think that. I generally think that. Most frustrating race so far. There just isn't anything to offer from the car, from the drivers or anything. It's just,
looks like there's been a lockup.
you know, get it over with. Vettel's driving like shit. A spin and 2 lockups, like. And Magnussen's going to get points. They're going to be ahead of us in the drivers now. We're going to be down to 9th. Oh god, must be nice to be in charge of Red Bull. It ain't bloody nice to be in charge of this hunk of shit that we drive. I can't believe how bad Vettel's been. If he didn't spin, it would have been such a different race. That, I'm sorry to say, is an absolute shit show. We are struggling now. We are dropping. We need to be in 8th, and I don't see how we pick up points again this season. I just don't. Without an element of luck like we had before, I don't see us picking up points again this season. What happens at the end of the season if we finish 9th when we're supposed to finish 8th? The worries are there. I'm going to have to just sign out. I've had enough today. I just can't deal. It's just driving me bloody mad now. I'm getting very frustrated with it because I just don't see how you make this team competitive in like a few seasons. I just don't. This is one of those things. This is one of those games. I'm looking at it on the surface and I'm thinking it could rumble on for 10 years before I even break the top 5. That's generally. I feel like the development's that slow with the car and the drivers are so inconsistent. I don't actually understand it. I don't understand what the end game really is when it is this slow. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here expecting to finish at the top of the Drivers' Championship in Season 1. But I would have expected to see some improvement with the parts that we've been putting on the car and the minor improvements we've been making. But if anything, the last 2 races, I felt that the car's gone backwards. And that's the big confusion for me. But subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the series. Drop a like on it as well. Feel free to comment. Let me know what you would do differently potentially. But until next time, stay safe, stay humble. See you all real soon.